Babajang, determine koni o. Babajang nam Cameroun. Determine koni o. Betu kono bo tibisien. Bo tibisien nam. An nam mo bo tibisien. Borbo tibisi de billion kon determine koni o. Mete sona determine lere na. Tibisien ne mwani. Tibisien ne mwani. Mete jena ibor banjina tibisien ne mwani. Vogolo video ite. TBC na yang tenye ne TBC o gbele na o gbele money bete long na cash income money atinye na abo amo mun pegmina. A great way to earn an incredible amount of additional income. Video ito atelar na o gbele money abui a TBC mu. TBC na man. TBC na man. Bobo jango sita tata vogolo.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Randy Wilson, one of many voices of the TBC community. Happy to be here with all of you guys. Just want to say happy Independence Day to all of you Americans out there. What a special day. This day has so many meanings, so much to reflect on, so much introspection as a nation. And just want to share some of my thoughts and with you guys today. And also, I have a special presentation for you guys today, going back on the cash flow campaign. We're going to make it clear for you today, guys. There will not be any doubt as to the benefits and the abundance of our cash flow campaign today. So, guys, just want to say, I'm just going to give a general hello to all of you guys out there today. I know that there's tons of you out there watching this broadcast, and I totally appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for being here. I certainly hope that you attending these daily broadcasts are bringing you a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, a lot of take some action on. So the first thing we're going to do today, guys, is we're just going to go right to some information that I want to share with you guys regarding today, this historic day, July 4th, our Independence Day in the U.S. Let's go just right to the Declaration of Independence. I just want to read a little bit of it to you, and also relate that to some of the things that are true in our concept of TBC. You know, TBC, the billion coin, stands for so many things, guys, and admin has done such a great job over the last 2+ years trying to help us understand what the true meaning of TBC is. And as you guys know, I've been talking about how TBC is an action. It's not a technology. TBC is an action. It's not a substance. You know, TBC is our community, and we're a community because we are a people taking action. We've been talking about that a lot this week, and admin has done a good job of helping us to tie it all into the money system. I mean, the money system is really the key to it all. The money system is the key to it all. It is what gives the powers that be, the elite. The money system is what gives them power. Okay? The money system is what gives them power, but it also is what gives us power. Okay? So I want to make sure you guys are seeing this here. Let me just make sure. Are you guys seeing my screen here? Okay, great. You guys are. So with that being the case, let's go over to the Declaration of Independence, and then then we're going to relate that to our rethinking the nature of money. Because you got to make the connection, guys. You got to make the connection. You've gotta make the connection. So here we go, the Declaration of Independence. I'm just gonna read a little bit of this, and you guys can see how it all relates. In Congress, July 4th, 1776, the unanimous declaration of the 13 at the time United States of America. Now listen how the wording goes to this thing. I'm only going to read a little bit, but I want you guys to see how closely related it is to sort of our declaration of TBC. Okay, we can sort of have a declaration of TBC. And let's read through this. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another. Right, okay, there's a lot right there. And to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station in which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. Do you guys kind of feel the same thing here? Okay, that there are laws of nature that have dictated that we should have a decent respect. Okay, that we require that we should be separate. Okay, I mean, it's all in there, guys. The wording of the Declaration of Independence is awesome, but it also applies to us. Let me just go on here real quick. We hold these truths to be self-evident. What does that mean? We can make our own decision because it's self-evident. No one can argue self-evidence. That all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator, not by a government, not by some entity, not by a ruling class, with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. How many of you guys are enjoying? How many of you guys are feeling the spirit, getting that warm feeling in your tummy right now regarding the Declaration of Independence? That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. Guys, we are the ones that institute the governments. And why? To secure these unalienable rights. That's the purpose of the government. The government is created by us, and that it's to secure these rights. That's the reason of the government, deriving their just powers from the consents of the governed. So we set up the governed, sure, to govern us, but based on our consent. And admin has done a good job over the last 2 years trying to help us understand that our silence is also our consent. So we have to understand that if we acquiesce to the governments that are that do not adhere to what we institute, then we are giving consent as well. Got to keep that in mind, guys. That whenever any form of government, listen to this, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, meaning they're not doing what we want them to do, that we instituted them to do, okay? It is the right, it is a right of the people to alter or to abolish it, it being the form of government that is destructive of these ends. Their unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I'm going to suggest that many of you guys have probably never even read this Constitution or this Declaration of Independence, because when we read it now, gosh, it makes sense. Gosh, it makes sense that we have a protest in our community to create our own economy. We are abolishing the government in its current form, of course, based on the Declaration of Independence, because it is not, it's not, doing what we instituted it to do. Okay? It is preventing us from life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We're going to talk about that in just a second. And to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles, the principles that we talked about here, and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. See, guys, that's all I'm going to read. That's all I need to read. It says right here that if the current government is not helping us be life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that we can institute a new government. It's right here. This is the Declaration of Independence. This is what America was built on. So let's go really quickly over to our rethinking the nature of money. I just want you guys to see how it's related. What type of money do you want, my friends? Because we're rethinking money now that we have an idea of what independence is all about. Correct? Correct? What type of money do you want? Okay. Do you want money created by banks and controlled by governments? Or money of the people and managed by a trustworthy community of people? Do you see that we are rethinking money already? Designed to enslave humanity or designed to free humanity? Okay, we're talking about independence here, folks. Then we're understanding that it's all tied to the money, aren't we? Thousands of years of proof that corruption takes over its use, inhibits corruption. Built on the principles of scarcity, built on the principles of abundance. Lacks transparency or very transparent. Which way would you like your money? What type of money do you want? Guys, the Declaration of Independence gives us the rights, unalienable rights to the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Now, it doesn't say pursuit. It doesn't say guarantee. But we have the right to pursue. So you choose which type of money do you want. Enables a source of perpetual poverty of the masses, or will end global poverty. Enables rule by force, not used as a form to rule the people. Very expensive or very economical. Tendency towards slow-moving circulation, or promotes fast-moving circulation. Systems are too complicated for average people to understand, or system is so simple for average people to understand. You guys, this is what Independence Day is all about. Today is the day that you understand what independence means on a political nature, but we can also tie it to the money. And now you can see that with your rights, the unalienable rights to the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness, that you can choose what type of money that you want. And this is where the TBC community vision comes into play. And you can choose. You now know the difference between the type of monetary system that enslaves and impedes your ability for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And you now know the type of money that could produce for you life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what it's all about. Now let's take it to a step further. Let's go ahead and share with you a brief presentation that is going to help you to understand how you can empower yourself for independence through cash flow, utilizing the TVC, the Crinkle platform. Now, guys, I believe that this is the clearest that admin has ever made it. You guys will all get a copy. All of you will get a copy of this PowerPoint presentation in the back office soon. But I think it's important that you all pay close attention to what I'm getting ready to explain to you, because this is absolutely clear as to how TVC can produce cash flow and produce for you your independence. Today is our Independence Day. So let's talk about the cash flow, identifying cash flow opportunities. Now, in TVC, there are two types of members. There's a TVC member that has redeemed their TVC coins, right? Someone that's down the road a little bit, got all their cookies in place, did everything, all the necessary steps, and has gone through redemption already and has a supply of coin. And then there's a new type of member, new and has not redeemed their coins, right? Somebody that just got started, received the gift, maybe purchased their $100, but they're in that window, right? That window of pre-redemption. And we also have the fast start system, steps to a fast start. Now, we've talked about this extensively over the last few days, and we recognize that all we have to do as a leader, broadcaster, all we have to do is help people go through the steps. And if you're new, then you have to follow the steps. That's the key to TVC, right? That's the action of TVC. If you're a TVCian, you're TVC in action, right? Now let's go on. In this step, there's a purchase of $100 of Crinkles. And we talked about the benefits the member that already redeemed their coins. Now listen to this. While contacting, this is the typical situation, or should be the typical situation of a TVC-ian. Okay. While contacting his Facebook friends, Carl got the attention of John, and John was grateful for the gift Carl passed to him. Okay, so Carl is the guy at the top, John is the guy at the bottom. Okay, in this example. Carl continued to lead John step by step, and by the time they reached the step to purchase $100 of Pringles, John was already full of desire to buy some additional coin. Remember, they got the gift, so now they're buying $100. Now remember the steps. Remember the steps. By the time there's a $100 purchase, John has already set up his profile, already done his broadcast. John is good to go here. John is excited about this thing. John was already full of desire to buy some additional coin. When John had to do a YouTube broadcast, he really needed to be clear on how the admin could give away so much coin free of charge. And knowing that John purchased $100 of Pringles from Carl, in full confidence that he was making a wise decision. Okay, so John had to know why he was purchasing the $100. Okay, so He did his broadcast. He saw that Carl had to. Carl was seemingly expert at the whole system. John is an apprentice at this point. John has to know, he's got to learn. Okay, so John is the apprentice while Carl is the master. Okay, so just keep that in mind as we go forward. Now, John is apprenticing at this point. John is apprenticing at this point, helping all the members of a household complete all the steps. Benefits the member that already redeemed their TBC coin. So think about, remember Carl? Carl is now helping John. Carl is the master. Now, let's all be the master. We're all Carl here, and we're taking John through the steps. John partnered with Carl because Carl was a good TBC broadcaster, and then completed another $100 purchase for each member of his household. So his wife, Kathy, purchased $100, and he paid $200 for his daughter, Alexis, and the baby Joe, $300 total. Carl, okay, the master, then sent John, the apprentice, $150 in commissions on his household. Okay, this is the Addison family. As you guys know, in the steps, it talks about going right to your whole household and signing up everybody in your household. Okay, now look at John smiling. John's happy because he's been able to have immediate success, take care of his family. You know, he's looking out for his family, the future of his family. He's doing all the steps. Everything's going beautiful. Now, remember, Carl was the partner, right? The master. Carl picked up the first purchase of $100 from John, and John went on to purchase an additional $300, and actually made $150 of commission. But Carl, the partner, also made $150 on John, just taking John through the steps. Sign up your household first. Everybody happy so far? Absolutely. Now, look how profitable it is to work closely with your partners as they work their top 10 list, right? Because remember, in the steps, after you sign up your household, you're going to go out to make your top 10 list. Now, let's look at John's top 10 list. He's got his mom, he's got his dad, he's got his best friend Jim, closest co-worker Matt, favorite Uncle Scott, favorite Pastor O'Brien, favorite cousin Jacob, sister Susan, his bowling buddy Mike, and babysitter Jenny. Okay, so he made his list. Now let's look at the results of him getting his top 10 list and offering them the gift. His mom, of course, mom accepted the gift. Dad rejected the gift. His best friend Jim actually purchased $500 for his whole household. Closest co-worker Matt rejected the gift. His Uncle Scott rejected the gift. Pastor O'Brien, the church congregation, had already purchased $3,900. Plus, O'Brien received $500 in Kringle commission. Okay. Favorite cousin Jacob purchased $300 for the whole household. Sister Susan rejected the gift. His bowling buddy Mike purchased $100 for himself so far. And the babysitter Jenny rejected the gift. Now let's look at what happened. Jim purchased $100 for himself. This is his best friend Jim. Jim purchased $100 for himself, and $50 went to Carl for supplying the coins, and $50 went to John as the partner. Everybody happy? Right? Jim's happy. He's got his coin. Notice Carl made some money for supplying the coin for John. Okay, but John made some money because he's made the sale. But then Jim purchased $400 for other 4 members of his household. But now Jim is a partner with Carl directly. And so they both got $200. Carl got paid, but now Jim, who was introduced by John, got paid. Now keep track of who's making money here, folks. At first, Pastor O'Brien did not make a purchase, but after several in his congregation made a purchase, he took his commission of $500 in crinkles from the first 10 purchases and then accepted cash commissions for the remaining 29 purchases. So John made $250 commission when the pastor accepted crinkle for commission. Carl is profiting big here with his church John brought to him and earned $2,450 for supplying the coin. You guys see what's going on? John introduced the church, and Carl, the master, master partner, is getting paid. Now John's getting paid too, but look at the master partner. The pastor more or less purchased $500 of crinkles without using his own money, because he's using just commissions, and then earned another $1,450 in cash. Praise the Lord. Jacob purchased $100 for himself, and $50 went to Carl for supplying the coins. $50 went to John as the partner. Jacob purchased an additional $200 for the other 2 members of his household and partnered with Carl, so they each got $100. Mike purchased $100 for himself, and $50 went to Carl for supplying the coins, and $50 to John as the partner. Now, guys, let's sum this all up, because some of us still sit back and go, well, how can I make money with TBC, and where's the right? We all got things, but admin has drawn out the specifics on how to make cash flow with the TBC cash flow system, right? The Crinkle cash flow system. Let's sum it up and take a look at how both the master partner and the apprentice partner, right, have benefited from this system. First, let's look at Carl. Carl made on John's top 10. Right now, remember, this doesn't even include the fact that John has also purchased, for his whole family. Okay, so we're just down to the top 10 step here. Carl made on John's top 10, $50 from best friend Jim, $200 from Jim's household, $1,000 on the first 10 members of Pastor O'Brien's church, $1,450 on the remaining 29 members of the church, right? Because now Pastor O'Brien's making is the partner. $50 on Jacob, where John's the partner, but now the Jacob's the partner, direct to Carl. Carl made an additional $100 on Jacob's household. And remember, Jacob would have made half of that, half too. So Jacob would have made $100 too. Then Mike, who probably just said, "Okay, John, I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, here's $100." But Carl was the supplier on that, so Carl made $50. John made $50. Okay, so totally, Carl made $2,900 on partnering and helping John go through the steps. Okay, now John's happy too, because John, in the apprentice situation, remember, John has to learn. John's trying to figure out, how is it that this thing is working? How is Carl in a position to make money? What's the big deal here? I need to learn. So John is in an apprentice situation, learning how this whole thing is working. John was asked to make a list of 10 people, and John did it. And now John is in the position of learning how the system works. Think about it. Do you guys think Carl has already made a list? Carl has already been an apprentice. Now Carl is in a position of being a master and working with John. Now listen, John, while he is learning to be a master himself, John made on his top 10 $50 for Jim. He made $250 of the $500 commission to Pastor. $50 on Mike. He made a total of $400 on being the apprentice. And this is out of the fact that only 6 out of the 10, 6 out of the 10 actually rejected the gift. So, a lot of us, we hear a couple of rejections and we're out, right? But here's John showing us how it's done. 6 out of his 10 rejected the gift, but the 4 that did accept the gift made him $400. Plus, he learned how the system works. Partnerships multiply quickly after redemption. The first partner, John, brought Carl the additional partners of Jim, Mike, the pastor O'Brien, and 39 additional partners from the congregation of the church. Okay? The first partner, John, brought Carl the additional partners of Jim, Mike, the pastor O'Brien, and 39 additional partners from the congregation of the church. That was just the first partner. Okay? The first partner now brought additional partners to Carl. You guys see that? Partnerships multiply quickly after redemption. So if you are Carl and you've redeemed your cookies already, and now you're going out to work with your new partners are now in that zone where they haven't redeemed their cookies yet. So now they're learning, they're apprenticing. So while they're learning and apprenticing before their cookies are redeemed, they're bringing you their top 10 list. And now you're working with your first partner, of course, but now your first partner is bringing you their top 10, and those top 10 now become your partners. And what does your first partner get out of it? They get the 50-50 commissions, and they get to learn how to be a master leading up to their redemption. And now they can be the master and go after the top 10 of the partners that they bring on board. Now here's the big mistake, folks. The big mistake. The big mistake. John may want to hoard all of his contacts and wait until after he can redeem his coins. John could say, you know what, I'm just going to wait till redemption, and then I'm just going to go direct to my contacts. I'm just going to get all the commissions myself. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to hold off. I'm just going to sit here and wait. And I'm not gonna turn my contacts over to some partner so he can get paid. Who does he think he is? I'm gonna get my partners, my money, me, right? That's possible. Now listen to this, guys. John has no idea how Carl acquired his knowledge and understanding about TBC and why he has so much credibility as a broadcaster in the community, right? John is in the dark here. John's just looking at Carl going, I don't even know what's going on here, but I'm not giving you my contacts, right? If John attempts to hoard his contacts, then John has become his own worst enemy when it comes to duplication. You see, if John does this, hoards his contacts, doesn't go through the apprentice steps, doesn't learn, doesn't figure out how to build his credibility in the community, doesn't learn how to broadcast, doesn't learn how to make his list, work his contacts, supply and support his partners and stuff like that. If John doesn't learn all that stuff and just goes, I'm just going to wait and I'm going to hoard my contacts for myself, is John going to learn? Is John getting anything out of in benefit? Is he learning from being in an apprentice situation? Listen to this, guys. Admin is making it clear. Whatever you do to your sponsor will happen to you 100 times over if you can handle that much before quitting as a failure. And we've seen that several times, right? And we've all seen it in the community. People get on board, they want to hoard their contacts, they don't do it right, they don't want to learn, they just want to try to just cash in on their contacts, and they just want to make the money, and then they forget, guys, that they have to learn, they forget they have to be an apprentice, and because they experience failure, then they're going to quit. And the principles of an apprenticeship historically are time tested and true. So be in the position where you're going to learn how this thing works. And then once you learn, then you will then grow more contacts for yourself, but now you've learned the skills. And guess what? Now your contacts that become, now your partners become an apprentice to you. And you can then tell them, hey, I was an apprentice one day. Okay? I was an apprentice too, and this is the way it works. And now your partners can appreciate the knowledge and wisdom that you have to share with them, and now they will share their contacts with you. And that's the way it duplicates, guys. Each transaction John brings to Carl is an opportunity for John to learn something new about TBC from Carl that he didn't know before. John is smart and is happy to earn 50% while he is learning all he can from Carl. The longest waiting period between redemption is 5 months. That is a very short apprenticeship. John will never run out of contacts. Guys, there's over 2 billion monthly users on Facebook. Remember, the first blog post of TBC was about scarcity mindset that's artificial. Guys, please don't go there, right? Don't use that artificial mindset here at TBC. Use your first 10 contacts to help you learn, but don't worry that you're not going to have any more contacts. There's tons of them. John will never run out of contacts because he knows how to make new friends on Facebook, and he can reach out to 50 a day if he wants to. In this example, Carl just trained one of his contacts, John, to multiply his Kringle transactions. So guys, look at the position of Carl here, just with one contact. And that one contact has turned over many, many contacts that now turn over many, many contacts that turn over many, many contacts. So as a master partner, if you will, starting with broadcaster, if you're a broadcaster, then you're attracting partners. And those partners, you take them through the steps. And on the steps, it says make a list of your top 10 closest people. And now those top 10 also become partners as well. And so on and so on. Admin has been trying to get us to understand how to unlock the value of our TBC. And in this example here, this PowerPoint presentation, transaction. I think we see it clearly now. Carl has many contacts, and the connections are endless for $100 transactions in Kringles. Guys, this is the power of TBC and the power of the partnership system, the power of the cash flow system. And this is what our cash flow campaign is all about. And guys, tying this all back to our independence. Guys, today celebrates Independence Day, where we are celebrating the separation from a government that prevented us from the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. And that's what America was built on, that separation, that understanding, and the establishment of a rule. You know, the people create the government, and the government is instituted to do our will, our bidding, to help us pursue that happiness and liberty. And if that government does not do as we tell it to do, then we have the right to change that government. Well, guys, let's take the principles of the Declaration of Independence for the USA and apply it to ourselves. We are unhappy with the current monetary system, and it is up to us. It is up to us to declare our independence. It's up to us to declare our independence. And therefore, we are here to institute a new government, a government of ourselves, a government of our new monetary system. It's here right before our eyes, guys. It's here right before our eyes, and we can institute it immediately. All we have to do is follow the simple steps, follow the system that admin has put forth. So guys, we're going to call that our show today, our broadcast today. Thank you guys all for attending. We'll see you soon on the next broadcast tomorrow. Same place, same time. Slot number 11, 10 a.m. This is Randy Wilson, one of many voices of
Ok, Bobo bebe kalme na vogolo system ekbel moiny wa comme bo broadcast o long bo comme be so enye na billion kwena TBC wa egbe moiny abwe moiny leader abia Wilson Randy aleb bia na meteje comme na anoja megbe la men enema o metemo koni o